Day 2, fasting mimicking diet. So this is when it gets freaking hard, dude. I'll tell you what, friend. Day 1 wasn't bad. I saved quite a bit I had my soup and one of my bars towards the end of the day before going to bed. Got excited when I remember I had the little dessert bar. So definitely didn't go to bed hungry or anything. Woke up feeling pretty good. I didn't eat my first soup or anything until about 12 o'clock. And I don't think that's necessarily the way that the FMD Prolon is supposed to be done. I think they want you eating throughout the day, but I'm not too tripped about it doing it perfectly. But day 2 of anything like this, I don't care if it's FMD, switching over to a low carb, ketogenic, or carnivore diet, water fasting, it is always hard on day 2. Your energy levels start getting really low, and that's when you start digging really deep on like, why the hell am I doing this to myself? Like, what's this about? And that's kind of where I'm at. I'm thinking about why I'm doing this. And for me, friend, it's like I'm getting older and expecting my first kid, and I'm doing the whole having kids pretty late in life. Luckily, my wife's a little bit younger, but I want to be around, and I more especially want to have energy. Definitely neglected health in a lot of ways for a lot of years, and so yeah, I'm trying to fix some metabolic issues. Insulin resistance, some diabetes. So like kind of getting into the stats. At the last video I shared my continuous glucose monitor, Estelo, just for data points. Those are always kind of inaccurate. You don't necessarily know. The number doesn't necessarily mean anything because I found that it's about 30% off sometimes. But my last couple years ago, I think it was 2023, my fasting insulin was 66. A1C was like in the 6.5 range, and like fasting insulin or glucose was like 125, 129. So not good. Definitely diabetic. And I've basically do a lot of management, mainly with metformin, and I've done lower carb diets, which more or less control it fairly well. Those numbers were not during any low carb diet. Those were just my sort of the standard American diet crap. But anyways, back to why I'm doing this particular fasting mimicking diet right now. I think it's actually one of the hardest things to do. I think water fasting is easier, and I know there's a lot of debate on that, but I find that it is almost torturous because you're eating just enough to get sort of that insulin spike and glucose spike to kind of drive hunger, but then you're not really eating anything. It's I think after day 1 it's in the 700 calorie, 800 calorie range, but it's just not really satiating food. Other than the bars, it feels like, why am I even eating this? Now, granted, the reason why is you're getting some electrolytes, you're getting salts, and it does help keep headaches away. I will say that. Today I haven't had it really any headaches, just lethargic, low energy. I did a couple laps around the block, around my work's parking lot. So, but you're just dragging yourself along. You're dragging yourself along, thinking, why am I doing this? And you just got to remember your whys. And if you know why you're doing something, if you're suffering or doing something challenging, the why is the motivation that I find I need to keep doing it, keep going through it. And sometimes it's just a better future or just to feel better. And whatever your why is, think about that when you get to day 2 or whatever you're doing, And day 2 is always the hardest. So I would say if you're doing this and you're following along with my journey on it, day 2 is a great day to sit down, meditate a little bit, and think, this is why I'm doing this. This is what gives us meaning. And then carry on. And I can promise you, I've done enough of this stuff to know that tomorrow is going to be better. And, give it a go. Wait till tomorrow before you beat yourself up over it too much or have any bad thoughts about quitting. Because you can't quit. You got to keep going. And we carry on. One piece of advice I will give on any of this stuff is keep the salt levels up. Like I've added salt to some of the soups and stuff, and salt is really key to get. And I don't anything where you have a lot of water, you know, you're losing a lot of water. When you lower your carbs, go near to zero, or just low food in general, you're gonna dump water, and that's just a part of it. You gotta keep the salt in you, otherwise you will get the migraines or headaches or just feel really crappy. So water fasting, FMD, keto, carnivore, just man, up the salt, double it if you have to. Just keep that salt going, keep the hydration. You're gonna drink more water than you're used to, and that is kind of the magic sauce, I think, to like making these things not completely miserable. So, tip for the day: salt. It's our best friend. I'll throw another glucose reading at the end of this video, and I'm not going to bother until tomorrow. So day 3, I'm planning on doing a keto blood stick, so I can basically see if I've started ketosis or not. I'll share that as well day 3, and I'll monitor it day 3 through day 5. And the plan, this is a little bit longer video, I apologize, but day 5, once I'm done with that and we're starting the transition off, I think I'm just going to roll straight into a 30 days carnivore, very strict, we'll call it a 30 days carnivore challenge right after the FMD. And, you know, do I keep on the strict carnivore? I don't know. But we'll see. The main goal, though, is like I really need to bring the insulin down. Until you get your insulin down, weight loss is about, you know, it's challenging. So you got to get the glucose down, you get the insulin down, and just try to do the best to reverse some insulin resistance. And then, you know, you just keep the fitness journey going. That's the plan. So we'll go 5 days FMD, then we're going to go 30 days carnivore, and then we'll figure out what we're doing after that. So if you actually watch this is video number 2 on this channel. I really appreciate it. Please subscribe. Please watch the video to the end. Give me a like, a comment, and tell me about what you're doing. You know, if you're doing the FMD or something else while you're watching this and that motivates you, let me know. I really appreciate it. And if not, I'll just keep talking to the void. So we'll see you later, friend. Bye.